Hello, everyone. It's May 11, 2020, and this is your wrap up for the Philippine stock market for the day Monday. We actually came out of a really good earnings season in USA, so we have a good stock, good rise in the USA. In the Philippines, we're seeing a continuation follow through today for pure gold. So this is a day two move for pure gold. In general, we still believe that pure gold has to hit in the short term around 52, but our fundamental target is about 60 pesos. So the first catalyst for the rise of pure gold is really speculation about their earnings being better than expected, given that Robinson's Retail has already disclosed 45% increase in their earnings for the quarter of COVID, showing resilience for the grocery foods related sector. So why is it that we are seeing a first resistance somewhere in the middle of 52 level? Let's look at the chart again. So today is the day two move of your pure gold. We think that in the short term, the chances to sell or the resistances will be around day 6 to day 8. So that's around Friday the next week. Your first resistance can be found here somewhere between 50 to 50 to 55.
Pa-share, Nikki.
Sorry, hindi ka ba? Hindi ka dito. Hindi ka na po. Ay, sorry boss. Hindi ka na. Okay. So, this is our target year goal. You'll notice that in the last 7 years, we've been discussing that different substantially from that resistance of early to that happening long term dito sa 2013, palagi siya nabubunggo dito sa mga 48 level. So last week, it was the first day that pure gold actually broke out. That was the day one. That was Friday. We noticed that you have that first day move. Today is a second day follow through. So day one, day two. This is a continuation of the outperformance. And so far, I think that as long as pure gold stays above this 46 to 48 area, it means that the bulls are in control. So where is your first resistance? You have to see that this gap between 48 to 55 is a move of 7 pesos or
Pa-share
around,
ng screen.
sorry, nakikita ba? Hindi
Pa-share
ba?
ng screen.
Naka-share screen na.
Isa
Ay, hindi
pa.
ba? Ulit-ulit. Sorry, guys. Hmm. Kailangan ba Chrome tab? Ginawa ko kasi my entire screen eh.
Pa-share lang ulit.
Entire screen. Eto, kita na. Kita na ba? Before ako magbigay.
Yes, yes.
Okay na, no? Sige. Sorry about that. Okay, so you could see that ito siya. So si Pure Gold, yan pa rin yung chart of the week natin. We think that day one, yung last Friday, and then this move, your current resistance of Pure Gold is 55. So fundamentally, we think that I think that it should go new highs for the year. It will become an all-time high with my fundamental target at 60 pesos, which is roughly about 20 times your earnings per share for this year. The rationale being the earnings is what we're looking at. So far naman, from a technical standpoint, this is your second day move. So day one, day two, you might see a resistance somewhere between day 6 to day 8. Whether mauna siya mag 55, although I think from 52, starting 55, or about 5% from the all-time high, you might see some resistance there. So that still means that above a 10% move, which means risk reward, it's still favorable for the bulls. Now, we know that G Pump, we said Globe, Telephone, URC, Mrs. G, Pure Gold. So let's take a look on all of them. No? Because Pure Gold is rising, we think that Mr. Gaisano, Mrs. G, ganun din naman, same reason. As we said, as long as it falls with low volume, that is still a bullish take. So we still see Mrs. G having a support here at 175 with your first resistance at 2 pesos, 210, and 220. No change in view. Now, we're looking at PLDT. We think that this drop, so today, 170, we started to buy it back. Those who sold near 1250 to 13 are advised to buy back at 1170, even if the market goes back to 1120, as we see that PLDT should be a resilient COVID company with about 40 pesos dividend this August, specifically 39 pesos per share. And then we have a definite reason to believe that it should follow the overall trend of broadband internet spike. We also noticed that Globe has certainly gave a pullback. Today, Globe is falling at 2,080. That is a significant 10% down move from its recent high of 2,320. We believe as well that this is a good buying opportunity. So 2,080 today at the close, that's a good entry to buy. And then our resistance will be about 2,300. We don't know if it can fall near 2,000, but again, a drop near 2,000 would continue to still be supported. So PLDT and Globe are giving entries for the day. If it falls near those levels tomorrow, you buy more. URC, we think, so this is also our COVID resilience picks, G-Pump, diba? Globe, PLDT, URC, Mrs. G, Pure Gold. For URC, it's also the consumer staple brands that we like. It's an ASEAN play, so it's a leverage, or it's leveraging on the overall Southeast Asian market, whether in Vietnam, Indonesia, and so forth. No, so we've already seen that their earnings was down 32% due to the forex devaluation losses. However, we saw that the market ignored that. That is a good thing. That means that the market still believes that this is your support at 120. And so far, this is the first day move for URC. So we think that generally speaking, from a short-term perspective, you should generally sell on day 6 to day 8. So this means that this is day 1. You could see maybe day 2, day 3, day 6 to day 8. Somewhere between 140 to 150 is where we see a substantial resistance. Now, for today, we'll notice what's happened. I think other than our G-Pump picks, let's discuss earnings. Actually, the earnings of Ayala Land came out today. So far, the earnings of Ayala Land fell 40%. Not a surprise given earnings is related to the residentials. So just take a look. You have the revenues of Ayala Land. First quarter profit falls 41%, down 28 on the revenues total, with residential down 40%. The offices are down 68%. Commercial leasing 5%. Shopping centers down 9%. Office leasing is the bright spot, up 15%, but hotels down 17%. So we could see that Ayala Land is not a resilient company in COVID time. It shouldn't be a surprise. Now, when you look at the chart naman, we think that it could it has run up quite significantly from its lows for the year since PSEI hit March 23, March 20, when it bottomed at about 20. So potential resistance of your Ayala Land is somewhere here already at 34 to 38. We wouldn't buy it at this point in time. But we will see if maybe a support below 28 or 30. We'll see. But so far, the market doesn't seem very nervous on those earnings front. What else can we discuss? Okay, so let's discuss some of the bad companies, considered bad companies, but we think that it could there could be some green spots, no? So we're taking a look on bad companies such as SSI, Macro Asia, and Bloomberry. SMB, we call them the Samahang Beer. Joke. No, nagkataon lang na yun yung mga moniker symbol nila. So far, we're seeing that this 118, 115 spot of SSI is being supported. And we have current resistance at 145, 148, and 130. So so far, we think this is a trading range. What we're seeing in the USA is that discretionary spending has actually been going up on the upside. It's illogical, but we think there is a shopping optimism. Why are we saying this? Because of because of online. So I'm going to show to you some earnings. So this is what we're looking at globally as well. So Estee Lauder actually beat their revenues in the third quarter. It is evident that their self-care division, skincare division is actually doing well. So those who don't know who Estee Lauder is, Estee Lauder owns a lot of brands, particularly these are the brands na sikat siya, no? So take a look. Ito, their brands, they go from skincare, makeup, fragrance, hair care, and others. We're seeing that beauty, vanity is a strong trend, even sweatpants. So nakita natin yung strong resiliency of mga Lululemon, Nike. You can read, you could look at my profile, Faces Trader, at Faces Trader. So I'm sharing these things for free for people. You can take a look that sweatpants, yoga pants are very strong. Nike has also done well. We're taking a look at Puma, possibly going higher pa. Those are for your USA, no? And we are seeing even like Capri and Farfetch. Capri, which owns Jimmy Choo shoes, we have been buying that last week. And we are seeing that that could also translate to a potential surprise earnings upside for SSI because you have 8 e-commerce companies that are already there, such as Zara, such as Gap. They also have yung mga Shake Shack doing online delivery. So far, what we're seeing is that the fashion brands, the female categories, online, such as yung mga Shopee, Lazada, malalakas yung mga ganong category. And so we think that there is a potential e-commerce growth that will offset any bad news for the quote-unquote bad stocks because they are brick-and-mortar retailers for SSI, no? As for Bloomberry, we also saw that we think that this one at 525 can be bought and then it can rally to about 6 to 650. So take a look at Bloomberry. So far, nakita niyo naman that Bloomberry from 4 umangat ng 6. We've also seen the news that POGO operations have been restarting. So that should be positive to casinos per se. And we think that this 5 area has become the first line of support. This is your day one move for Bloomberry. In general, for those who like to do short-term trading, you sell on the day 6 to day 8. So itong Bloom, first day buying yan, it can still go to 6 to 650, so you want to wait it out. Macro Asia, which is of course very, very hit no, with the airlines, we are seeing that PAL is already resuming operations. Some countries are already restarting the airlines. So it's possible that what we're seeing in this group is just a matter of bargain hunting. So it's very volatile, as you'll notice. Most of the airlines around the world are very, very volatile. There is definitely bearish sentiment because, of course, nobody wants to fly with the COVID pandemic. However, we think that Macro Asia has really bottomed out here at 399, went to a higher low here, a retest of support at 420. So chances are Macro Asia can be a trading range from about 4 to about 5.6. That will be a 40% range, which you can day trade or swing trade, range trade. That's a trade, no? Okay, let's also discuss some of the victims of social distancing, no? We're seeing Jollibee actually become a potential buy here. So take a look. This is the first day up of Jollibee. We think that this is a normal, typical flag, no? So we're seeing that the social distance victims, the JPM, Jollibee, Pizza, and Max's, Pizza I'm referring to Shakey's Pizza and Peri Peri Chicken, can actually be very resilient in this COVID time because of delivery, as well as for Jollibee, for those who don't know, 75% of their sales are domestic. Now, the other 25% is foreign sales, with a particular high bet on the Vietnam group. So malakas ang expansion ni Jollibee in Vietnam, basically because Vietnam is one of the best in terms of IT sector, no, worldwide. It has low-cost labor force and is a very, very good in science, technology, engineering, and math. STEM, we call them the STEM. So I think that the foray for Jollibee to expand in Vietnam and Indonesia could be appreciated by some bargain hunters, as well as the very strong domestic sales during that previous years. No, now I understand there is cause of concern for Smash Burger and for Coffee Bean, so those acquisitions will continue to become an overhang. Therefore, we don't expect Jollibee to break above 180 anytime soon. So we think that from a risk reward perspective, the very strong support of Jollibee really rests here. No? So you have this gap at 120. However, that 120 seems elusive because 131, 132 looks to be the short-term support for the last few weeks. And given that all of the companies abroad, no, so take a look, the reopening of Starbucks, the reopening of McDonald's, the reopening of QSR, so the reopening of fast food restaurants in abroad have shown quite a V-shaped reversal for the companies involved, such that their multiples have expanded. Therefore, we think that Pizza and Max's trading at about 7 times multiple is possible for a re-rating, even if their sales haven't yet come back, and even if they're just relying so far on e-delivery, e-commerce, meaning takeouts and deliveries, no? So we're still seeing that Max is here at about 6 pesos is a support. This gap up will continue to be a great buying opportunity, no? So anyone who can buy Maxes from 539 to 6 should still continue to buy with a resistance somewhere at 7 to 780. It is still a good risk reward. Maxis owns Yellow Cap Pizza, Pancake House, Maxis Restaurants, Krispy Kreme, Jamba Juice, and a lot of other. So yon. You also have Shaky. So this is Shakey's. For both Shakey's Pizza and Maxis, we in our circle call them the Carnage stocks. In fact, we call them the Carnage picks. We wrote about it here at medium.com. Wait, let me show to you. Medium, Carnage. Okay, we have this. You can actually go to my Twitter. I share articles there. You can follow me on medium.com. March 24, we actually wrote Philippine edition by the Carnage. We even made a meme of Popoy and Basha for those Filipinos who remember the movie One More Chance. This is a time when we were saying we are contrarian buyers of Shakey's Pizza. At that time, we were buying Shakey's Pizza from 450 to 5. So some of us had sold at 7 pesos. That's a 40% move. Same for Maxis. No change in view, no. We think that it can continue to be a trading range move. For Jollibee, we actually thought 135 was where it'll stop. But so far, Jollibee has proven very, very strong. And actually, I've made a stream, a live stream discussing Jollibee in one of my YouTube shows. You can go to Awesome 10X. You fast forward to one of the shows called Philippine Stock Investing, no? Teka lang, guys. For those who are viewing this show for the first time, we launched our Awesome 10X channel. You could subscribe to that channel. In one of those episodes, hindi pa namin na-chop up, pero there's this 1 hour 40 minute, I think this is, there's a 1 hour 40 minute long video which we will chop up for Jollibee. That is actually a coverage that we've made. Jollibee is actually a company that has already been in the Philippines for 42 years. So we think that for those people who want a franchising play that has a good brand and is a social distance victim, Jollibee remains to be one of our great companies that would have those headwinds, but who doesn't have a headwind, right? So we think that that resistance at 150 to 180 will present you a 20% reward. So yes, this is your first day. Now, for those mga day 6 to day 8, we're talking about when do you sell? Because people are asking me, when do you sell? So what you'll do is just you learn how to count. So example, no, for Ayala Corp, there was a news last week that MPI and Ayala Corp were given apologies by our President Duterte. And so it spurred a rally. In fact, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the 5th day that Ayala Corp has been rising. So in our view, Ayala Corp in day 6 to day 8 could have some resistance somewhere at 760. That is still a resistance. When you say resistance, it just means that there are more sellers than willing buyers. Similarly, we can see that as well. Let's look how many days have been rallying for MPI. So you can see in MPI's case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe day 6 to day 8, maybe it can go to 320. But in general, when you are trying to make a sell on your positions, whether it be a trading or it's actually only good for traders, no, for short-term traders. For those short-term traders who were trading on the news, you would see that maybe day 6 to day 8, a move from 3 to 320 could be a potential resistance. Now, for Manila Water, kasi tatlo yan eh, avoid AC, Manila Water, and MPI. So you could see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the 5th day. So for Manila Water, nahirapan siya sa 5th day, but it's still above 12. Potential resistance mo would still reside here at 13 to 14. Okay, so that's your Philippine market wrap up. Before I end, maybe I should share some global US picks. This week it's gonna be earnings front. So one of our picks, which is Smile Direct Club, is gonna report earnings. We also have picks such as JD and C Limited. So yon, we're gonna take a look whether it can make a breakout next this few days, no. So far we were correct. Last week malakas yung mga Ocado, malakas yung mga Mercado Libre. E-commerce has been very very strong. You'll see, ayan, no, malalakas talaga sila, dire-diretso all-time highs. I would say that the way that US has been moving is very bullish. So I would see that any potential drops in the Philippines of the companies that we feel are resilient should generate good buying opportunities, whether it be Telephone and Globe. And then for the utilities, as we'll see, Manila Water, if it goes near 1170 to 1180, somewhere near that, so for Manila Water, kasi 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pero nanggaling talaga dito sa 11 yung galaw. So let's say there will be pullbacks near 11 to 1150. I would see that as a resumption to buy kasi the trend is still your friend. The Duterte apology would make the Manila Water have a revaluation, and you'll see that the volume of Manila Water is bullish, going up while the price is going up. So for those who don't know technicals, when you are trying to confirm if the direction is going up, you have to see that the volume is there. So Manila Water has volume, so that's good. Pure Gold, like kunwari, diba, day 2 ngayon, you could see that the volume of Pure Gold is continuously rising. Therefore, this 1-2 move means that the potential for it to go higher still is there. So any drops of Pure Gold, let's say 48 or 47, 46, you'll see more bullish buyers continue to remain. What we're waiting for is actually earnings and end of the month, maybe Pure Gold is also a speculative additional weight on MSCI. Ayun, sa mga US, I'm taking a look at these levels, no. I'm taking a look at Baidu. Earnings will come out this May 18. There will be a potential. I know that advertising per se is bad, so I don't think that Baidu is good in an advertising revenue perspective. However, I'll take a look whether their robo-taxis are something that's going ahead, because Move It, which is a robo-taxi startup, got bought out by Intel. This week, maraming earnings lalabas. NVIDIA, we continue to see it going higher. Maybe mag-all-time high yan on the earnings front this week, May 20. Generally, I expect e-commerce to do well. So JD and SE should do well. SE owns Shopee and Garena. We made a 1-hour video on C Limited, the Perana conversion of Tencent, the owner of Shopee and Garena. As always, I'm thankful for everyone listening. This is Nikki Yu signing out. Go to Awesome 10X, subscribe, click that bell so that you're always notified for any update that we make every day. We'll make a market update every single day. See you. Bye-bye. Thanks.